Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Modern Mom, where we talk about being a mom in the 21st century. My name is Remy K. I am a comedian, certified life, certified relationship coach. I have with me Mimi. Do I know your last name, Mimi?
You know my stage name.
Okay, so do you want to? Is that all you want to say?
I will give my real name's Michelle.
Michelle,
Michelle Mistretta.
Mistretta.
Mimi Harris is my stage name for
I like
stand up.
Mimi Harris. What made you
It's
come up with
close.
that?
It's
Put it right up to make out
oh,
with a little. Yeah.
okay. No, so my name is Michelle Mistretta. So Mimi, the first two letters. And then Harris was my favorite aunt's last name. She passed away.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
it was also my mom's maiden name, but I
it's like a
just yeah.
tribute.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a tribute
Yeah.
name,
Yeah. So when I'm on stage I can
Mimi Harris.
channel some of their energy.
So you talked about stage. So Mimi does comedy
I
also.
do.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedian. I also am a travel nurse right now, hanging out here in Cupertino, which I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
I just thought it was an
Because you're from
iPhone
San Diego,
thing.
right?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
I'm originally from Boston, so
Yeah, that's right. That was our connection.
I'm all
So
over the
so
place.
Mimi and I actually met at a comedy show in Sunnyvale and found out she and I both have the Boston connection. I'm Remy, she's Mimi. I was like, okay, we have to be friends. Like this is the
Hmm.
thing. And actually she wasn't even performing at that show. You were an audience member and
Yes.
you decided to come up and go to the bathroom basically or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Exit. And I just like kind of nailed you. And I was like,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you did because I was honestly like, I'll just go to a show. It was my first weekend
Yeah.
in the area. So it's like Sunnyvale sounds fun. And I found the show and I was just like super stoked when you had asked me to come on for 5 minutes
Yeah.
and it was a really great turnout.
Well,
So
it was we had to get Arturo's permission. So
yes.
it was someone else's
Yes.
show. He was producing it.
Which shout
And
out Arturo. He's
yeah, shout out
awesome.
to Arturo. Definitely good
Yeah.
shows. And yeah, so we were basically able to get you on the stage for a few minutes, which is
Hmm.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad that you told me that you were a comedian.
Yeah. No, it worked out. It was super fun.
So how long have you been nursing for?
Oh my God. 2014.
Hmm.
So almost 10 years now
Yeah.
since July. Yeah.
Yeah.
So almost
So
11.
through the pandemic.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
I was working at UCSD in San Diego. I was doing telephone triage. So
Hmm.
I did literally 2019. So like right before
Oh,
the whole pandemic.
interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How did you pull
So
that?
blessed. I don't know. Hashtag blessed.
That's nuts.
It just kind of worked out that way because I was working in a clinic and then they wanted to trial this whole like, telehealth, telephone triage. And it happened, I think it was like I moved there for the full-time position, October 2019.
Hmm.
And then I started working in office at a computer for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
It's another story.
Yeah.
Um, Started doing that literally in like December.
Yeah.
So it was like meant to be. I don't know.
And so what are you doing now?
So now I work for Stanford on an assignment, and we're working with some kidney transplant patients.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you specialize in? That's what your kind of passion is?
Mm,
Long pause.
I really love comedy. I love I
Yeah.
love I love nursing. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong. It's just I don't know. It's a good profession. I was definitely burnt out
Yeah.
at my previous position. It's kind of fun having a new position doing this travel thing.
Yes.
Kind of keeps things spicy, I
Yeah.
guess,
Fresh.
right? Yeah, fresh. So I love nursing. I just don't love the system that we
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
here.
that sucks. Systemic
And
anything. I actually, that's funny that you mentioned that about the whole being fresh and stuff because I
hmm
feel like the more I learn about industries, any industry, it doesn't matter, the
hmm
more I realize that the whole idea of like rotation, like
hmm
being in rotation and people like kind of taking different positions at different times is so important for people to remain passionate about their work. Like
hmm
my kids just went back to school, they're in first grade and third grade, and my third grader always gets blessed with having a brand new teacher,
hmm
like brand new to the school that year.
Oh wow.
And that teacher's like gung ho and like, I'm
Hmm.
going to fix it.
Yep.
And I'm like, honestly, I love you
Yeah.
because you were a little bit by the book
hmm
and you're fresh and you've just got this fresh perspective and you haven't been like bogged down by
hmm
the systemic
hmm
limitations of that organization yet.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm running for school board, and one guy, he's running also, no names, but he's also running, and
hmm
he's like, well, I've been, doing things in the school board for many years, and I understand that you can have great ideas, grand ideas, but there are limitations. And I'm like, you know what? That's why you need a fresh person.
Right.
Like you need someone who's like not disenchanted by the
Mhm.
limitations of that thing. And guess what? You probably do plant the seed for some change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may not be immediate and perfect, but that's why we need to maintain that rotation because the next fresh face can come and kind of pick up on that change and like keep it going. I think so. I think it's
Yeah.
important.
No, I definitely get that because I even feel in the clinic that I'm at that my energy, because it's new for me, I'm excited,
Yeah.
and they're probably just not. They're like, "Oh, who is this chick?
Yeah.
Like, why is she so happy?"
Yeah.
But
Not fair.
it's nice because, and then I get to leave
Yeah.
and
Bye. Hasta la
and
pasta.
not exactly and not have to deal with the same
Burdensome.
old. Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely keeps it fresh. So I
Yeah.
do like travel
That's
nursing.
cool. I like that actually. Travel nursing sounds like a
Yeah.
good idea. Okay, so we were actually just
Mhm.
before we turned this on, we were
Mhm.
talking about shark bumping. We had a little like prompt about talking about shark
I'm
bumping and what
scared.
that is. So, okay, it's not in the sea. So,
Okay.
okay, this is actually really random. This is actually
No,
really
no, no.
random. Yeah, really. This is really random. So basically, I mean, it's random in terms of what the definition is compared to the description. So shark bumping is actually it pertains to how men often treat women, new
How did
women.
I know it was about men? When you said shark, I knew. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And so a man, okay, it kind of has to it pertains a little bit with like sexual harassment and
Uh-huh.
sexual abuse. So the man won't come right out and just start grabbing your
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whatever. Like he'll kind of bump you.
This might have happened to me last week.
Yeah. So he'll bump you at first and kind of
Mhm.
like touch you and
Mhm.
maybe get closer to parts and whatever
Mhm.
until he realizes he can get away with just full on. You're shaking. Are you
No,
okay?
I'm okay. I mean, I'm just the PTSD. No.
Okay, okay. But that's what it refers to. So
Right.
I actually just came back from oh, I'm totally outing myself right now. I just came back from a rafting trip.
Uh-huh.
And there was, I won't go into too much detail, but there was a man also on the
Shark.
trip and he was low key shark bumping. Like,
Mhm.
he like definitely touched like this part of my life vest. And granted, my
Mhm.
life vest was covering it,
Right.
but there was definitely some like shark bumping going on. And I have a mentor who actually brought this to my attention,
Mhm.
this idea of shark bumping, and I have not been able to look at things the same again. Like
Mhm.
I feel like we almost live in a society where like people can like get away with things and then you can talk yourself out of any like bad situation and just be
Mhm.
like, well, they were just being this and that
Right.
and that's the way they were raised and you can kind of, explain anything away.
Mhm.
But like now that I kind of understand this idea of shark bumping, I can't look at it the same way anymore.
Yeah.
How do you
No.
feel about this concept?
Well, it's definitely happened to me. Well, hold on. First off, so you were rafting?
Yeah.
That okay? Well, maybe we'll get. I have ADHD, so maybe we'll get to
Okay.
that later. But
Okay,
that
that's
whole
okay.
the fact
Yeah.
that you got shark bumped while
Yeah, it's
rafting
kinda
is,
ironic, yeah, and
yeah,
also appropriate,
it
and
is.
it's like,
You know,
what was I wearing? Like,
no, Shark Week. No, I'm kidding.
Shark Week, yeah.
No, yeah, I definitely think I experienced this at an open mic
Okay.
doing comedy. Comedy is the place for this,
Yeah.
honestly. I
Yeah.
think. But it was one of the bartenders because
Mhm.
I was wearing pink and he was wearing pink, so
Okay.
like that's fine. But
Yeah.
he was like literally up in my space,
Yeah.
and everyone was like kind of like there was like other comics just kind of like looking like is she? Because I obviously looked uncomfortable. I think eventually he got that though,
Okay.
but
Bless his heart.
I
Some
don't
people don't.
I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe
I mean, they wanna shoot their shot,
right.
and, like, even as women, like, we'll kinda when we wanna be friends with someone, like, we'll kinda feel
Mm,
each other out a little bit.
yeah.
And I'm not validating or
Yeah.
trying to explain it away, but, like, I can see the concept of it, but the actual, like, let me, like, touch her in a weird
Mhm.
way
Mhm.
and, like, see if I can get away with this, especially with women being women. I feel like we've been taught to, like, be nice,
Yeah.
be kind, don't be snarky, don't
Mhm.
talk back,
Yep.
and so we have this almost conditioned it's like we've been societally groomed
Mhm.
to not speak up,
Mhm.
and it's hairy. It gets hairy real quick.
It definitely makes for an awkward situation.
Yeah.
Like I really did feel like I'm like I want to be nice to
Yeah.
you, but like why are you like up on me?
Yeah.
Like this isn't the club.
Yeah.
Like we're not grinding. Like I don't understand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not really with it
Yeah.
unless it's like Pete Davidson. Like he could shark on
Who's
me.
Pete Davidson? Do I know? Oh, that guy?
That's okay.
Okay,
That
you're right.
guy. I
So
know. I'm one of
I
them.
do low key get it, to be
Yes.
honest, except
Yes.
I think
Garbage.
it's the whole
We love
it's
garbage.
the whole well, okay, that too, but also it's the fact that, like, he gets very vulnerable
Mhm.
and he's, like, low key mindful.
Yeah.
Like, he knows he has a lot of severe mental
Mhm.
illness, shout out Pete Davidson,
Mhm.
and he's also very mindful of that, and he's also like, "I'm not gonna let this hold me back."
Right.
And I think that's a little bit of inspiration because I
Mhm.
notice nowadays, now that I'm like I mean, when I was like a teenager or something, like I strictly was only into guys I was like physically attracted to. But
Mhm.
now that physical attraction part of that is
Mhm.
like, I admire you. Like
Mhm.
you have something
Yeah.
that kind of like I want to aspire to be. And
Mhm.
that's super attractive. So
Yeah.
I feel like Pete Davidson kind of has that a little bit. And he's like a little grimy and like
I like grimy boys.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think women are. I have this joke actually just started writing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna let you in on a sneak peek with it, but it talks about how like women and men. So women think men are confusing, and men
Mhm.
think women are confusing,
Right.
and like men are not confusing.
They're simple, which I don't understand.
Like
I
if
don't
they want to
understand
be with
simple.
you, they're just gonna be with you.
Right. We gotta read into it.
No, there's nothing
Maybe
to read. They will just be with you. Like all you have to do is sit there.
where is he?
No,
It's always the one that I don't want that
oh,
does that,
that's
though.
the thing
That's the
though.
problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the down. Oh, that's our fault. We're
Mhm.
confusing
I know.
because we are like, oh, we want equal pay and equal rights and equal
Right.
this, but also choke me.
Yeah. Choke me in it for sure. For sure. That is definitely a problem, I
It
think.
is a problem, so we're confusing, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's
Sorry,
fine. No,
ladies, no offense.
if you're not, I just like the weird boys. Like
Yeah.
Pete Davidson is a Scorpio. He
Oh, I
lives.
am too.
Oh, are you?
I am.
Okay. I used to be afraid of them, but now
Yeah,
I get it. Now
yeah.
you
What
guys
do
are
you
like
do? Wait,
deep.
do I know?
Do you want to guess? Do you know enough
Hmm.
about me?
Wait, what? What? What finger? Oh, it's on her finger. Oh,
Well,
I know
that
what
one.
this is.
Well, so I'm a cusper. If you're
Okay,
into
I
that, I
yes,
know not
I'm
everybody
cuspy,
is.
so no, not
Oh,
everybody is,
are
yeah.
you a Libra, Scorpio, or
Ooh, you're so
Scorpio,
close. I'm
Sag?
a Sag.
Okay, cool. I love that. I
I
love
don't know what this
Sag females and everything.
means.
So it's Libra
Okay,
and
Libra.
Virgo.
I
Virgo,
was gonna
Libra.
say air sign for sure,
Mhm.
and I did detect a little Virgo from
Yeah,
you, but I was also like, "But you're not a Earth
I'm
sign."
not. Yeah, that's why I believe in the cusp
Oh, I
thing,
thought you said
honestly.
it. This always happens.
I know.
Like, I don't say it,
Well,
and I'm
there's
like,
nothing on the line. You didn't lose
"There's
anything,
nothing on the
so
line."
you're
There
fine.
go my ego. My ego's on the line. So Libra, Virgo.
Well, Virgo, Libra,
So you're a
Libra.
Libra, but
Mhm.
you've got some Virgo traits. So I'm a
I'm a
Scorpio. Yeah.
Virgo.
Oh, you're
Because
Virgo.
it goes Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. So
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
Virgo, but I don't like to tell people that
Yeah, I don't like to
because
tell people I'm
Libra's
a
way
Scorpio either.
cooler,
Yeah.
right?
Libra
Yeah.
is way
And
cooler.
Sag is way cooler, no
Oh, no,
offense.
no,
But
it
like
is
I
way
guess
cooler. Like
but like we have that
we're
side
like
to
in
us.
disguise. Yeah, no, we do have that side to us.
Yeah.
I do, and this isn't just my own opinion. I
Mhm.
have heard that I'm a little bit more of a healed Scorpio, and
Mm,
there's a big difference between a healed Scorpio and an unhealed Scorpio.
right. Yep.
And so the thing about a healed Scorpio is like we are just, we've got the loyalty, we've got
Mhm.
the, we got your back,
Yeah.
we've got all that. But like if I am jealous, for
Mhm.
example, that's a red flag to me because
Yeah.
I don't think I should be in a position where I'm jealous.
Mm,
I feel like if I'm jealous, something's going on here that's
right.
not right.
Yeah.
And so I'll try to remove myself from that situation as quickly as
That's
possible.
healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. Most Scorpios will stalk and,
Mm.
you know.
I just got a heart palpitation when you said that.
Well, because my ex was a Scorpio moon, so
Uh,
I like that is actually very intense. I don't know
mhm.
if you're into like the
Oh,
moon and
yeah,
the rising. Okay.
100%. I'm a Libra moon.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So you're fun.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
love
fun. I'm fun.
it.
On the inside.
Yes,
No, I'm
right.
kidding.
You're like, I don't know what I
My
am.
rising is a Capricorn. I'm Capricorn
Okay,
rising.
that makes sense.
And
You're
that is
Taurus.
like because I feel like all people see when they see me as Capricorn. I'm
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
business. I'm
Mhm.
very direct to the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your rising? Do you
My
know?
rising is Cancer,
Okay.
so I'm
Okay.
a simp.
You're not a simp.
Uh,
You're
I
affectionate. You're
am.
loving.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can get cray cray sometimes. Ooh.
I definitely.
And in some ways, I'm so neurotypical.
Mm,
But I don't know if that's just extreme masking. To be honest, I
yeah.
think I might be extreme masking,
Yeah. I mean, ADHD is,
fighting to be normal,
right. I feel like you definitely could be masking.
striving to be
Yeah.
normal.
That could be your Capricorn rising taking
Oh,
over, being
yeah.
like,
Like,
"No.
Capricorn's like, "Look, we gotta do something
Yeah,
about
we gotta
this. Like,
be
this is
traditional.
traditional.
We
Like,
can't break the
the
molds."
world can't handle this. Girl, you can't get away with this."
Yeah.
So I went on a rafting trip
Yes.
recently, and, I told you about but anyways, I went on rafting. It was my first one. I'd never
Mhm.
been rafting before. It was a class 3 to 4.
Okay.
So most of the river was class 3.
I
S
don't know what that means.
so it's like tornadoes. The
Uh-huh.
higher the number, the worse it is.
Okay, so 1 to 10?
1 to 6.
Okay.
and 6 is
You went
uncommercial,
3?
recreational. I went 3.
Okay.
So right in the middle there.
Okay.
And so, and people were like, "Oh my gosh, you're doing your first rafting trip at a 3?"
Dang.
And I'm like, "Honestly, my philosophy is like, just do it,
Mhm.
and if you die, you die." I don't know. I mean, that's
Sag.
Sag.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna call it out because
I'm
I
gonna
love
call it out.
astrology. Now
I
it's
mean,
just
it's that's kinda how I'm like, "You know what? I'll figure it out when
yeah.
I get there."
Mhm.
And so the first day was great.
I'm a
That's
Sicilian,
funny.
so I'm aggressive. I
Oh,
don't
you're
know. I
Sicilian?
am, yeah.
You're from Sicily?
Well, no,
Your parents
Sicilian
are.
American,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
My
So
parents are from
it's
Bangladesh,
in
but
my
I'm
blood.
Bangladeshi American.
Mhm.
So I
Yes.
hear you. But I
Yes.
mean, come on, you still have so much of that
I
culture,
do.
especially Sicily. I mean, they're prideful people.
Yes. And coming from Boston, we
Oh, that's
always
amazing.
yeah.
There's a lot of
A
Italians in
lot of
Boston, a lot of
Italians,
okay.
yes. Yep.
Okay. But
Mhm.
Sicilians don't like to be called Italians.
No, and
Okay.
Italians do not like Sicilians, so
I mean,
that's
because
why I'm proud.
nice. I mean, you have your own. Well, it's the same
Mhm.
thing with Bangladesh is that
Mhm.
people are like, "Oh, well, you're just from India."
Mm.
And I'm like, "I'm too proud to be from India."
Right.
Like, even though we're poor as dirt,
Mhm.
like, I
Mhm.
mean, the country is poor as
Mhm.
dirt.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud to be,
Yeah.
speaking Bengali. I don't, I
Yeah.
do speak a little bit of Urdu and some of the other
Mhm.
stuff too, but yeah, Bengali is like, that's kind of my. But it's funny actually. I had my hair in 2 braids when I went. I That's my camping look is the two
Okay.
French braids.
Right.
And I posted a picture, and my uncle was like, "Oh my God, you look like a Bangladeshi girl." And I'm like, "Well, finally,
I'm recognized.
I'm recognized." Well, I
Yes.
get it. My features are very mixed. Like, I have a
Mhm.
lot going on there. I
Right.
don't even want to do my ancestry.com. Have you
No,
done
no,
yours?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
Because I'm afraid if what if I'm not Italian at all? Like, that would just blow
That's
my
your fear.
mind.
You know what my fear is?
Yeah.
My fear is that um, those people in Wuhan, China,
Mhm.
find out my genetics and then create a specific bio weapon against
Just at you.
me, just to
They
me.
hate you,
They
just you.
exact Well, I mean, come on.
No,
Who
no.
knows, right? And so who knows? They could find my exact genetic
Right,
because somehow I'm unique. I'm
right.
chronically unique. And so, yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I feel like that's real. I feel like there is, conspiracy theories about, getting blamed for a murder or something like that for
Yeah,
using
that's
heard of
true.
that, so
That's
I get
interesting.
it. I just
You could plant DNA anywhere now.
yeah,
You can't go throwing around your DNA everywhere.
I know. People will find
And
you.
as a nurse,
Mhm.
you probably understand
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
That's cool. So no ancestry.com for you because we want to stay Sicilian.
Mhm.
I know I'm sure I'm not 100% Bangladeshi. I don't think there's such thing. I'm sure there's
Right.
some actually I did do a TikTok analysis.
Oh,
Have
that
you done that?
no, I don't mess can I swear? No, okay.
It'd be better
I
if you
don't
don't.
mess okay, better if I don't, okay.
It's better if you don't. Thank
I
you.
don't mess with,
Thanks for being mindful, gate mindful.
gate mindful. I don't mess with the Tic
Oh,
Tac.
you don't?
No, I'm
The
just it's
snap
just
talk?
well, because what happened was
The
it came
Instabuck?
out the Instabook. It came out and my friend, knowing how I am ADHD, was like, "You can't. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
It'll ruin your life."
Do you do any social media?
I do Instagram and
Okay.
Facebook.
Okay. The
So
Instabook and the
I'm
Facegram.
like I have a joke where I'm like I'm too old for TikTok and too young to die because like I'm just
Okay.
not sure where
Yeah.
to start
That
with
is a
it,
good joke. I like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. I want to see more of you. I
Yes,
hope that
yes.
open mic is going on tonight. I haven't heard back
I
from
know.
them.
Oh, did you message them? I was
Well, I didn't
wondering.
message. I just checked there's like a
Mhm.
so like we're comedians
Right.
and basically there's a network of local comedians and
Mhm.
they post things on
Mhm.
and I sent you all the links, right?
You did, and I did join them. So
Yeah.
were you on
Okay, cool.
the bacon?
Yes, I'm on Bay Area Comedy Network
Yeah.
and then South Bay Comedy.
Okay.
And so, that's kind of our plug to figure out what's going on in the area. And then
Mhm.
that way we can kind of go to different mics and hopefully meet producers. And
Yes.
so, anybody who's aspiring comedian, find the local mics in your
Mhm.
area and then try to go to those. And hopefully you can meet local producers and then other producers. And I actually heard of a woman who was doing a local mic, I guess, and there was an LA producer there.
Oh, wow.
And so they really liked her stuff and she
Nice.
got pulled into an LA show.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually this Atlanta producer wanted, to see more of
Mhm.
me,
Mhm.
hopefully my comedy,
Yeah.
and
You never
basically
know
you
with
never know
comedy.
with the male producers especially.
Mhm.
But yeah, so he invited me to come
Mhm.
to a show and I was like, "Oh, where is it?" And he's Atlanta. I'm like, I'm
Uh,
not that dedicated. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I
right.
got kids.
That's yeah.
Like
With
this
kids,
is really
it's
a
different.
passion
Yeah.
project. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I do trivia actually.
Mhm. Okay, that's I've heard a lot of comedians do that,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
it's probably good to help with hosting and
And it's kind of like, cause with comedy, like, you're not doing this to get paid.
right.
Have to
Does trivia pay?
It does pay. Hosting trivia does pay.
That's why they do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. It's not a ton,
Something.
but
It's
it's
better
something.
than
It's something
crumbs.
guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay.
It's better than crumbs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do you like that? Do you
I
feel like
love
it
it. So
helps?
this particular
Mhm.
trivia, what is it called? Like brand or whatever,
Mhm.
they make it very much like a game show.
Oh,
And
okay.
so that part I really enjoy.
Yeah.
The fact that like I'm almost like a game show
Game show
host.
host.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so even though there's like 5 people in there, I give it
Right.
my all and I love
Right.
it. I'm a
Yeah.
passionate human,
Yeah.
so that's yeah.
That's the energy to bring when you're
How long
doing
are you
trivia.
here in this area?
So that's the question. I'm technically contracted till November. They
Okay.
want me to extend to
Oh,
February.
okay. Are you gonna do it?
I don't know. I mean, I
Why
really
not?
I like the scene where I'm living. So I went into my housing thinking I was getting a uh studio
Mhm.
in the Bay
Mhm.
is what was advertised.
Okay.
I went in East Palo Alto,
Mhm.
and it is a refurbished garage
Okay.
attachment in a house.
Converted to an ADU.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. So I thought it was like coming from San Diego, like
Yeah.
they have their, separate entrance. I thought it was like casita, like its
Mhm.
own house.
Mhm.
It's not. I'm just in the garage. And so it's fine. I don't know.
Is
There's
the
like,
garage attached?
yeah,
And do you feel safe at least?
no.
The funny thing about this area is
Yeah.
that you're paying through the nose,
Yeah.
and most of the time it's a nice area, but every now and then there's something. Even in this area that I live
Mhm.
in, it's nice because it's a little bit of fortress, my apartment complex. So I
Right.
feel pretty safe in
Yeah.
here.
This
But I
is
don't.
your castle.
It
This
is
is,
it a
yeah.
little bit my castle, and so. But every now and then,
Mhm.
sometimes at night, I will hear some stuff going on out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like there's a police chase going on
Yeah.
out there or something,
Yeah.
and especially there's a main expressway kind of going
Mhm.
across. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm in my castle. Maybe it's a false sense of security, to be honest.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not gonna say that's everywhere, but I think you're gonna have some baseline, just the way the economy is in general, unless you're in like somewhere completely closed off.
Every now and then. Is this cute little setup?
I
I've
love
got a little
this.
audio box,
Yes.
and it's super portable, so I can just bring it to the pool.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love it.
I actually have a friend who recently moved to Australia
Mhm.
because of that fear.
And does she love it?
I mean, she's from Australia.
Oh, okay.
She never talks about the
Yeah.
spiders. She just posts pretty pictures in her dresses, and
Yeah.
she looks like she's having a great time.
Yeah.
She looks like Hollywood no matter where she goes.
There we go.
But, like, that's the thing. It's like, that's a scary thing
It
that
is.
we
Yeah.
really it is normalized only within these, boundaries.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm keeping to myself. I actually am looking at other places though, because
Yeah.
if I can find like Mountain View is where my gym, I'm at 24
Oh, yeah.
hour fitness. So that, which is also by the Coles, which I'm really mad at right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get into that.
Let's get into Kohl's.
Okay, we'll get into Coles. So no, I don't like spending money, but I am good at it.
Yeah.
And so I went to Kohl's to get some stuff for the place. I needed some towels and whatever.
Mhm.
And I got my $10 Kohl's cash,
Uh-huh.
which is such a scam because then I'm like literally deciding, okay, I went to the gym today and then I was like, let me go like bounce around Kohl's with my $10. Like
Yeah.
felt like, I'm balling, right?
Mhm.
And I went to go get a cat toy for my precious baby cat daughter, Princess Cupcake. And the lady's like, "Oh no, this doesn't apply. You can't use this." So I ended just like I just walked
Walked
out
out.
because I was like, you know what? I had like a towel, I had my cat toy and like some lotion.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no, I don't think this applies either." And I'm like, "But literally on the announcement, they were like, oh, everything except for Sephora products." And I'm like, I
Yeah.
feel like I've been bamboozled. I'm not happy. So I felt good walking out though. I felt like,
Okay.
okay, capitalism.
I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
So I think one of the only places, two of the only places, two that I am totally a capitalistic girl is like the Dollar Tree and Big Five.
Yes. Dollar Tree. Well, $1.25 tree. We should
Dollar
say.
25 tree, $1.50 if it's sunglasses.
$5 if it's electronics
It's true.
with headphones.
I mean, listen, that when that happened,
Mhm.
I mean, they rolled it out in a way that was acceptable to me.
Yeah.
Cause like I went nuts during the pandemic. I was at the
Mhm.
Dollar Tree like all the time.
Me too. Yeah. I was getting decorations because that
Yeah.
made me happy.
No, it's true. I mean,
Yeah.
we had to do what we could during the
Mhm.
pandemic to stay happy. And
Yeah.
then they waited for a good long time to roll out the $1.25.
Mhm.
And then they warned us
There's
thoroughly
no
about
tree
the
with a quarter on it.
Yeah, no, I know,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah.
I know. Can they even call it the Dollar
They
Tree?
can't.
So I was enraged at first. I was like,
Mhm.
you can't call it the Dollar
Mhm.
Tree.
Mhm. You can't.
It's not Dollar Tree
No.
anymore.
Come up with something better or
Yeah.
lower your prices.
Or lower the prices.
That's it.
Well, apparently this is what and now I'm hearing they're gonna close in a few years.
Really?
I know, my heart broke more than any man could ever do it.
Because I'm not really. I know everyone does, not everyone, but a lot of Americans like Shein and Temu as like but I'm not
But it's not
really
the
into
Dollar
that.
Tree.
It's not.
I do like Shein, to be
I
honest.
do, but I just feel bad. It's like this is
I
definitely
know.
not coming from a
Isn't
good
Nike is
source.
coming from a great source?
True.
Okay, we were talking about Shein. We are talking about Shein. So I actually do
hmm
like Shein. I do have a couple dresses from there that are
I
awesome.
do, but then it's like the
The quality's not great.
quality is not great, and I feel like their prices are going up,
Probably.
and just the amount of like I don't know, like Nike. I guess it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. You could do high quality, low quality, high brand, low brand. It's all
Still the
you have to
same.
make your own clothes.
Yeah. No, I'm not doing that. I can't.
I can't really I can
I
sew, but I'm
can't.
not great at it.
Yeah, no. I would be looking
I'm
like a
not good
hot
at
mess.
pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe that's what we do. We gotta wear our own sewed clothes.
Or I guess just go thrifting is
Go
decent.
thrifting, yeah. That's not
Decent.
a bad idea.
Yeah.
I actually so my for my kids at least, my kids' friends' moms will often give me bags of clothes.
Mhm.
And they're like, "Do you want?" I'm like, "Look, just give it to me. If I don't
Mhm.
want it, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'll donate it or something."
Yeah.
And then an opportunity will come up, like maybe they're going to their dad's or something,
Mhm.
and I don't want because I'm under the I operate under the idea because even I'm the same way. If I go camping or they go to their dad's or whatever, I should be ready to absolutely lose every single thing but the
Mhm.
kid.
Yeah.
Like the clothes, everything.
mhm.
And so I'm like, I don't let anything go unless
Mhm.
I'm sure I'm okay to lose it. And even camping, same thing.
Mhm.
And so I'll go into the donation bag and be like,
Okay.
let's see what's going on in here. And it
There you
turns out
go.
there's some beautiful dress in there that my daughter totally wanted to wear anyway.
Oh, nice.
And so I do keep those donations of clothes because you just never know when it's going to come in handy.
Yeah, I have a lot of ones that I need to bring to donations that I just
Yeah,
put in
same.
bags.
I know. I have those bags.
Yeah.
I need to handle those bags. But my friends will also just give me bags of clothes
Mhm.
and I'll go through those too. I've got
Yeah.
like 3 bags of clothes sitting up in my
See,
closet.
I would be your friend to give you because I always do that to my friends in
Really?
San Diego. Yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
always like, go through them first, and then
Yeah, I should do that, but I don't. They're just sitting in my
yeah,
house right now, the bags.
I know.
And I'm like, nobody's gonna want my clothes. My taste isn't that great.
Right. I mean, maybe they would. You never know. It's like
They love it on
someone's
me,
treasure.
but a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, "Oh, that looks good on you."
Right.
What is that? Is that a code for something?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
think sometimes it's like your own personal
style.
style,
Yeah.
right? Like if you, I don't
See,
know.
my style is anything that looks cute on me
Right.
and fits reasonably well.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not picky, I feel.
Yeah.
And also, I have different vibes. Like
Mhm.
I last year, 2 years ago, I discovered my artsy fartsy vibe.
Okay.
And it was like a tie-dye top, which
Mhm.
doesn't fit anymore.
Mm.
But it was a tie-dye top
Mhm.
and like kind of baggy-ish jeans, but not
Okay.
baggy. They were just wide leg.
Oh, my leg is back.
Isn't it great?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that for us.
And so I wore that and then I put my hair in these little like space buns, half space buns, and I was like, "Look at me, I'm artsy
Yeah.
fartsy." I was going to like an art club meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I every once in a while I'll get like real hip with it,
Yeah.
with my fashion, but
You're definitely fashionable. The both times I've seen you,
mhm.
you came,
Thank
bringing it,
you.
bringing
Thank
all
you.
of it.
I
You
try. I
didn't leave
try.
any of it behind.
I don't. I usually bring it all with me in my car. I
Yeah.
have like extra clothes.
Good for you.
Because as like a travel nurse, like it's just sometimes I feel like I need like you never know when you're gonna need a pair of shoes
Yeah.
or like a sweater. So
Yeah.
I have extra clothes in my car
See,
and
the only thing I keep is like extra climbing gear and that's it.
in case you need to climb your way out of something.
I mean, no, because I just climb a lot.
Okay. So
Yeah. Indoor climb
indoor,
and outdoor climbing,
nice.
both.
Nice.
And I never
Nice.
know when I'm going to go climbing. I may just swing by.
Right.
So I keep climbing gear. I'm trying not to keep camping gear in there.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like a hat. I
Yeah.
keep chairs, camping chairs in my car.
Okay.
Because you never know.
Right.
And it's not just me. I have 2 girls.
Sometimes, yeah, especially with kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need the chair.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't bring the barbecue because that thing's massive. Although I do have a tiny propane camping stove.
Do you have a big car?
My trunk is big. I
Okay.
hate saying that 'cause it sounds so dirty, but, yeah, my trunk
Yeah.
is big. I have a convertible,
Mhm.
and it's a
Oh,
hard
wow.
top, and
Okay.
so the whole top has to fit in the trunk,
I see.
and so it's a huge trunked car, but it's a Lexus. Lexuses don't usually have a big trunk,
Right.
except that car. So
Okay.
my trunk is massive.
There you go.
I mean, there was a period of time because the kids were out of stroller, but
Mhm.
they would love to be in the wagon.
Mhm.
and they actually are safer in the wagon because
Mhm.
when they're running around, who knows what could happen.
Mhm.
But if they're in the wagon, they get so occupied within that space, their
Mhm.
world becomes that small suddenly.
Right.
And so they are safer in the wagon, like safer to themselves and to
Yeah.
everyone else. And
Oh.
so they were in the wagon for a while, and I would just lug that thing with me everywhere.
My nephews love the wagon
Yeah.
that my sister-in-law has for them,
I had to
and
get
my
the
niece.
push one. Does your sister-in-law have the push one? Or the pull
Yeah,
one?
I think it's a push one.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because the pull one can be murder on your
That
arm once they
sounds
get
like it.
bigger.
Yeah.
Once when they're small, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
No.
once they're bigger, oh my gosh, it's a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah, I had to sell some wagons because I just was collecting wagons like a Pokemon card.
Little wagon lady.
The wagon, crazy wagon, and bag lady. I
Yeah.
love when
I'm a
people
bag
get.
lady
Are you
too.
okay?
Yes.
What kind of bags though?
Anything that's big. I mean,
Okay, so you're like a purse bag lady.
I'm not like I need to like get a Louis Vuitton. Like look at how much stuff is in there that I don't.
I
But
mean,
it's also because I need my stuff. Like
yeah,
I'm like a mobile hoarder.
yeah.
Okay.
No, you're prepared.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think that's fair. I feel like
3 protein bars in there right now.
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
You get hungry,
Couple of pens.
better protein than
Lip gloss.
Oh, that was good. I had a good time with you, Mimi.
I am having a good time with you
I
too.
really hope you extend your thing to February. Maybe
Yes.
you can move to Sunnyvale or Cupertino.
Yes. I just miss home already, but I
Oh,
also know that it's because I haven't found like
your
well,
people.
yeah, exactly. And it's like that's the whole point of me being out here is to like have like a fresh start
Yeah,
and to make connections, especially like in comedy
yeah.
and whatnot. So
Definitely go to more comedy shows.
yeah. I
Like
did go to the function.
what function?
I know, right? It's called The Function. It's like in San Francisco. It's like
Okay.
the new comedy club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I guess they have open mic 7 nights a week. Cause I
Oh,
went
good for
on
you.
Saturday.
Okay.
There was Kiki's Corner, or no,
Um,
not Kiki. Oh my God, cut that out.
Kelly.
Kelly's
Kelly's
Corner.
Corner, yeah.
Kiki is like a movie. Anyways, so
It's okay.
Kelly was super
Kelly, if you're
cool.
hearing this, if you're watching this, change your name to Kiki. This is your sign.
Well, we got Mimi,
Mimi,
Mimi.
Remy, Kiki, come on, just join the trend, okay?
It's trending.
It's trending. It's trending
Yeah,
on Meta.
no.
Let's
So that
go.
was super fun, and then so I was in, since I drove to San Francisco, I was like, let me see what else I can find,
Oh, for
and
sure.
it was nice. I saw one of
That's what I was manifesting for you. I was
oh
like, yeah, because like,
yeah,
like obviously you don't have kids and stuff. I was like, you
mhm,
should go to San Francisco
mhm,
and just mic hop.
yeah, yeah. So I kind of did that. I mean, they were supposed to have a mic, but because it was Saturday, they
Okay.
just had a show. But it was nice watching the show, and
Did you get a guess that at least? Did you ask?
no, oh, we asked Tony. He's
Okay.
the godfather
Mm-hmm.
of comedy. No, it was funny because I saw a comic that had faced my friend
Mm-hmm.
in like roast battle or whatever. So it was like, oh wow, I'm seeing people that I've like
Oh,
heard
nice.
of and like only seen on YouTube.
Oh,
It's like,
nice.
yeah,
That's kind of cool.
yeah.
That's fun.
So it was just nice. It's definitely like
I
a
do feel like
growing
comedians tend to fangirl each other.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it's not cool,
Why
but
not?
someone told me it's not cool. You have to treat
Who?
them
Who's
like
this
normal.
person? I want to talk to them. Is it
S-
Tony?
One of my exes.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, no,
we don't
no.
want to talk to
Veto. We're
them.
vetoing that
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
We're
He's been in
vetoing that
comedy
opinion.
he was in comedy for like 12 years, so he was like, yeah, I just gotta treat them like
People. I
people.
mean, fair, but
Right.
you treat them like treat everybody like
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. But I'm also like super excited. But
Yeah,
like, yeah.
I hear that.
I try not to fangirl anymore.
I mean, he can't get away with it because it'll come off like stalking.
Yeah,
So I guess he's coming from his
that
perspective.
makes sense. He is a little bit of a stalker, so.
Oh, okay. Well, Scorpio
Mhm.
moon, right?
Scorpio
Ooh,
moon.
full circle, you guys. That's how you bring conversation back
There
to
we
full circle.
go. Yes. Bringing it back.
Bringing it back. All right. So we were talking about neurodivergency and neurotypicalness,
Yes.
which I always end. I love talking about that stuff, to
Yeah,
be honest. I love brains,
me too. It's very interesting, the mind.
right?
Yeah.
And I like observing people
Mhm.
and kind of seeing like their patterns
Mhm.
and then making connections,
Mhm.
the different things that they kind of talk about and say.
Okay.
And then like I'll hit that point where like, ah, okay, that's coming together. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the
That's your Scorpio
is it?
investigating, I
I
think, a little bit.
I don't talk about it too much, but yeah, no, I
Yeah,
am.
because it's a Scorpio
There's
thing, you don't
Scorpio.
talk
Yeah, I
about
don't
it.
talk about my Scorpio things. That's true, but I do kind
It's
of sit
hidden.
back and observe.
Yeah.
And I think because I look a little bit spacey,
Mm,
people assume I'm not observing.
right. I honestly
It's a
never would
superpower,
have known
right?
that. Yeah, it's a
You're like,
secret.
oh. And then, like, because there's this joke about how Scorpios talk
Mhm.
like this, but
Mhm.
listen like this.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so and so if I'm
Intense.
talking,
Mhm.
because I'm kinda, looking
Mhm.
about, people assume I'm not seeing what's happening,
Mhm. But you're always
but I'm
watching.
always watching.
Yes.
And then people later I'll say like, "Oh my gosh, this like there was this couple of kids in the pool here
Mhm.
when you were coming. I was on the phone with you
Mhm.
and I noticed something." And then I
Mhm.
brought it up
Mhm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
real quick. So the cerebellum is what is that, the lizard brain?
Balance,
No, it's below the lizard brain. That's what controls like your lungs
movement.
and your heart. Cerebral cortex is the bark that describes the outer
Corpus callosum is a thick bundle of nerve fibers that connects the left and right hemisphere of the
corpus callosum. That's what it is. Okay, so the corpus callosum, I think I've
Mhm.
been calling it the cerebral cortex this whole time, but I'm
Mhm.
not a neurologist, so don't
Mhm.
quote me.
Mhm.
The corpus callosum is the one that attaches the left and the right hemisphere. And the left hemisphere is known for logic or emotion and
Emotion
art.
and
Okay,
art,
emotion and art.
creativity.
And then the right is supposed to be logic.
Mhm.
So I swear I have moments where one side of my brain knows something
Mhm.
and it hasn't been communicated to the other side yet.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think that's a thing.
And I will totally like know, like, I will totally know that that's happening. Like, I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh, I'm on the phone with you." So
Mhm.
my analytical mind is engaged in the conversation with you.
Right.
But my emotional mind is like, "Bro, something's happening here that's
Um,
fishy." Yeah. And then
okay.
later after I'm off the phone with you, it'll communicate like, "Yo,
Right.
this is what was happening."
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
I
I
think
feel
you
like
can.
I
I
probably
bet you do.
could.
Yeah.
I guess I like hyper focus where I'm just
Okay.
like one thing at a time.
Okay. I'm like that too. I
But
have to set an alarm when I'm cleaning something because I could
mhm.
easily spend 7 hours cleaning a shelf.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Just one shot.
Just one, not just one
Okay.
square of the shelf, but a whole like a bookshelf. Like, I'll
Wow.
just spend 7 hours because it's like you take out every single piece of
Right.
the bookshelf
Yeah.
and then organize which one you wanna donate and not,
Mhm.
Are you
and
saying
then
that's what you do with your brain?
no, this is what happens. I know. No, the bookshelf of my brain. I know, 7 hours just like, "Oh, what is in the bookshelf of my brain? Let me file it
Mhm.
away."
I know.
No, this is an actual bookshelf. I have 1 bookshelf in my house,
Mhm.
and it's in the center.
Mhm.
And it's both me and my kids' bookshelf. So my
Nice.
kids have the bottom half, they have the books there,
Mhm.
and then I have more of the top half. And
Okay.
there's other stuff in there. There's like other,
Right.
rugs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I can get into that bookshelf. And that's why I
Mhm.
actually stay away from that bookshelf now because I can
Mhm.
get in there.
You'll get lost.
I'll get lost in that
Yeah.
bookshelf.
Yeah.
I'll just rip everything out and spend 7 hours. So I have to set an alarm.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you get 1 hour bookshelf.
Mhm. That's it.
That's all you get.
No more than that.
No more.
That makes sense though,
Yeah.
because then you might start like opening the books and like, do I really like this book?
Like, why have I never read
Reading
this book?
it. Then you get yeah.
Oh, then
Like
it's over.
yeah. Then you're done. That's just a vortex.
That's like a 7-day
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Now I'm just reading. I'm not
Yeah.
even cleaning anymore.
Yeah.
So I've given up cleaning.
Do you have a RoboVac?
Nope.
It's a Virgo. I'm alarmed.
You should be. I
Why?
just given it up because I have kids. I'll just wait till they
Oh,
move out when they're 30
okay.
and then I'll clean.
Okay. I mean, that's probably what my mom did, honestly.
I mean, what
We
is the point?
yeah.
What is the actual point?
Yeah.
Like, I will pick a room and I will get hyper focused on it.
Mhm.
It's usually the kitchen.
Mhm.
And I will just go to town in the kitchen and I'll
Mhm.
clean and mop and wipe the counters and all
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
And I'll be like, okay, note to self, living room's next. And by the time I'm even looking at the living room, the kitchen is trashed.
I recommend a RoboVac.
But
You
then you have to pick things up off the floor so the RoboVac doesn't bump into
no,
them.
you just let them crash and then you yell at it and then you put it back or take it out and then it goes back to
Okay,
it's smart.
maybe.
It's a robo. It's
Maybe next Prime Day I might do
yeah.
a RoboVac.
Yeah.
I do vacuum
Yeah,
occasionally.
cause I love vacuuming. I don't know what it is, but
Oh, you
just
should come
like
over.
sucking up stuff. It makes me
Yeah.
feel so good.
I have to say, post vacuum,
Yeah.
the way that room looks,
Mhm.
it's like a different world. I have
Yeah.
just timeline shifted.
Yeah, exactly. You
Like,
feel
there's nothing
fresh.
like a vacuum to timeline shift, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm on a different quantum level,
Yes. Elevated.
elevated,
Yeah.
and then it gets dirty again within a couple
But
weeks.
that's why the rollback is nice
Okay,
because it will just automatically go and it does it like that just is a lifesaver that for me honestly because I got hardwood floors in San
okay.
Diego. I have a condo there and the hardwood floors actually I don't know what type they are, but they get very like dusty. I
Oh, yeah.
collect so having that back was like a lifesaver for
So
me.
how long did you live in San Diego?
Um,
Am I still in
let's
this camera frame?
see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uh 4 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were in Boston before that.
I lived in Boston my whole life. Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up there.
And your parents are there, or
In
your family's
Lowell,
there?
Tewksbury.
Yay, shout out. I was in Westford when I was
Yes.
young,
Yes.
and we talked about this.
Yes.
And I was by the Neshoba Ski Valley
Nice.
ski
Oh,
area.
Westford. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice spot.
And whenever people don't exactly know Westford, if I say Neshoba, oh, ding,
Mhm.
ding, ding. Yeah.
Mhm. What do they do? Some like Halloween
Oh, do
thing?
they?
Yeah, I can't remember what they call it now. Witches Woods.
Oh,
Is that the Neshoba? Yeah, so they had like, different like haunted houses and stuff. They still do it. Yeah.
back in my day, they
No.
didn't do anything. They just
Um,
skied.
yeah,
It
no.
was a ski area. They
That's the
skied.
only reason I would go to Neshoba would be for that.
It's funny because I became a snowboarder in my 20s.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
Good
oh,
for
if
you.
I had lived instead of
Yeah.
Neshoba, man, I'd
Mhm.
just be there all the time, get a season pass.
Snowboarding is really hard. Like
It can
it's
be.
way harder than it looks. Like I didn't know you had to like cut into the snow.
So, for the first 2 years I snowboarded, I
Mhm.
actually never cut. I was
Okay.
kind of, they call it flat boarding
Uh-huh.
when you just kind of surf down a little bit
Okay.
and there's no cutting. Then
Mm.
I purposefully cut down the
Okay.
mountain a couple
Mhm.
times because I was determined to start cutting.
Yeah.
And so then I cut down for the next like few months. And then before I knew it, I was doing some easy routes and I was cutting
Mhm.
okay. And before you knew it, I was ripping it within
Nice.
like couple months, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, Donner, the
Mhm.
same Donner from the Donner Party,
Mhm.
they had a special. It was awesome. They don't have this anymore,
Mhm.
but it was something like $15 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I would like take the day off and I just
Mm.
snowboard the whole day.
Oh, nice.
Pick up my friend from East Bay and we head over to Donner Lake
Nice.
and not eat each other.
I did
But
it.
we did eat.
I did do it once and I just fell on my bottom
Oh, you did.
quite a
And you're
bit.
done.
Yeah, and because I thought I was gonna be good because I was disillusioned into thinking that because I used to stand on my sled
Oh,
as a kid, so I was like, "Oh, it's the same thing,
not the same
right?"
thing.
No,
Oh no,
it's
do you have a
not.
fixed mindset?
Maybe.
Okay, we have to work on
I
that.
don't know.
We'll
I
work
I
on
I
it.
feel like I'm very open.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe you have a fixed mindset when it comes to snowboarding.
maybe. Or certain things I like
Certain things. You're
yeah.
like, I should be good at this.
Yeah, things I've never done before that I thought, yeah.
You thought you had transferable skills, I think.
Yeah. Just kinda like how you think you're funny in person and then you go on stand up and you're like, "Nope, this
Okay, but
is
stand up is a different beast. And
stand up
also,
is hard
every
to tame."
audience is different.
That's true.
That's the thing about stand
I
up.
know.
So you could be completely hilarious in
Yeah.
one setting
Mhm.
and bomb in another setting.
Yeah.
And then also, I think people don't realize comedy is more than just being funny
Mhm.
because funny is subjective,
Yes.
but it's also how do you read the room?
Mhm.
How do you read the audience?
Yes.
How do you kind of see, like, how do you observe? So for me, for example, when I'm sitting, I always do, I don't stay in the green room the whole time
Mhm.
when I'm doing a show.
Mhm.
I'll actually go out and I'll watch the audience
Yeah.
and I'll kind of see, like, what's going on over
Yep.
here, which groups liked what, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And then I think one of the last shows I did, I can't remember which one it was, but I literally was like, "Look, lady, you're my only audience member right now because you are the only one engaged in the show."
Mhm.
And everybody else ended up having a good time because I
Right.
was completely focused on this one audience member.
Yeah.
And like for some reason, it clicked for me that that's
Yeah.
what would work. So it's like I think that that's really, I think the secret of doing well in
Yes.
comedy is
Mhm.
really being able to stay present in your audience,
Mhm.
reading the audience, and then being able to cater to them a little bit.
Mhm. It's a lot of things at once, you
It's a lot
know?
of things.
Because like that's the thing. That's I guess where I meant was like, I'm like, oh, I'm naturally like I tend to be witty in conversation with people, and I was like, I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years, so now I know
Yeah,
that it's a whole thing. But
it's
I
a whole
think
thing.
that was probably somewhere else I had a fixed mindset where I was like, oh no, this is way more work than it
Yeah.
looks.
Yeah. I mean, actually, the big beginner's luck.
Mhm.
I did have a lot of beginner's luck in
Yeah.
comedy, and it was my downfall.
Yeah. No, my first set went great, but I was like reading from my phone, which
Mhm.
nowadays is fine,
Yeah.
but it's still, it's not a real performance. But because my jokes were like, I feel like my strength is writing
Yeah.
versus performing. I need to
Okay.
practice performing more and being comfortable on stage. And so I got lucky with my first couple mics. And then eventually there was like a period where I was just bombing and bombing
Yeah,
and
I think everyone goes through that. Every
yeah.
comedian goes there. You do
Hmm.
good, you do okay, maybe
Yeah.
hit a couple few mics, or maybe you don't,
Yeah.
and then you bomb. So it's that
Yeah.
beginner's luck, and it's
Hmm.
kind of a downfall because
Yeah.
then you're bombing and you're like, "Oh, I suck at this actually,"
Exactly. Yeah.
and then it turns out no, you just have to have that learning curve,
Yeah.
and also you're probably doing different mics. So
Right.
like I remember my first time at the Improv. Oh my
Mm.
gosh, I bombed so
Mhm. Is there one
badly.
up here or in
There is
LA?
an improv comedy here in San Jose. Yeah. And they
Okay.
have an open mic every, I think, second or third Wednesday. If
Nice.
you can check it out.
You
So
sign up
it's coming up.
online?
No, you go in
Mhm.
person
Okay.
and then you wait in line and it's a lottery.
Okay.
I recommend you do it.
Yeah, no, I definitely should try. I've
Yeah.
heard good things about improv comedy
Go
club.
this month.
Yeah.
When is it? Second or third Wednesday?
Okay.
Yeah. And because you're a woman
Mhm.
and you're new, they will
Mhm.
probably throw you up there
Okay.
pretty soon too, because they always put me up first whenever I go.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's not nice.
No?
It's mean. It's
Well,
cruel.
sometimes it is. I mean, sometimes it's nice to go first because then you're like out of the way, but then
So I was prepared the second time. The first
yeah,
time I had no idea what I was doing. They cut me
right.
off within a minute.
Oh,
So you get 3 minutes.
okay.
And then the second time, oh, I was prepared.
Yeah.
And they left me on for 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Okay. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So next time we'll see. I'll get my
Yeah.
full three.
It's dude, 3 minutes too is hard because
Improv it is.
I think because like maybe it is more. I
It
think
has
it's
to be
harder.
tight.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
to be tight because the audience doesn't know anything about you, and
Right.
you're just coming out and
Yeah.
saying these things, and it's like they don't even get like a feel for you
Right.
as a comedian.
Yeah.
So you have to be giving your best stuff, and then when you want to do an open mic, you want to do new jokes, and
Right.
it's like
Oh yeah, no, improv they
not
call it open mic, but it's not
not
open mic. It's a
exactly.
show. It's your
Yeah,
tightest 3 minutes that you
yeah.
own,
Mhm.
basically. You better know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also Rooster T. Feathers.
Okay.
If you want their email, I'll give it to you. You should
Okay.
definitely sign up to do their open mic. I think
Mhm.
they do it every Wednesday, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rooster T, I love their audience and I
Mhm.
love that open mic. It's one of my favorites.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
that San Jose?
It's in Sunnyvale.
Sunnyvale.
So it's right here. It's
Okay.
on El Camino.
Nice.
Yeah, I recommend you do that one.
Rooster.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
sign up. Heather's the owner.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Nice.
They do like contests and stuff. And there's
Mhm.
also the Alameda Comedy Club.
Mhm.
And so they're pretty cool too.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I connected with
You need to
comedians and
connect with comedians.
yeah, out
Well,
here.
like, the
Mhm.
first step I think is you go to open mics,
Yeah.
try to connect with other comedians,
Right.
try to get to
Mhm.
know some and, get, closer to some. And then you start getting connected and you know how
Yeah.
to do the things.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like that's what helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been in, was it how long have you been doing comedy?
March 6th was my first open mic of
Oh,
2023.
oh wow.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
been about a year and a
Yeah.
half.
You're really good for
Oh,
only a
thank
year and a
you.
half.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've really been blessed. I've
Yeah.
like been exposed to a lot of different people and
Mhm.
like I've been able to kind of really pick it up and catch on.
Nice.
And I'm older, and
Mhm.
so I was like, I better catch up. I don't have time for this.
These little youngins.
These young like,
Out of my way.
Just kidding. No. I love comedians of all
Yeah.
ages, and I think
Mhm.
that I do wish, and I would do this for my daughter because my daughter does want to get into comedy.
Oh, she does?
I know. And at
Wait, how
first I was
old
like,
is she?
no, 8.
Oh.
Because she's seen me do mics and
She
stuff,
wants to be
and I
like
was like, she
mommy.
does. She
Yeah.
does want to clean like mama. Well, that's
Right.
because mama doesn't clean. So
She does want to clean like mama.
she does, which is no cleaning. But yeah, so she does want to do comedy, and at first I was like, ah. And then I was like,
Mhm.
you know what though? If
Mhm.
that's what you want to do, I will take you to open mics
Aw.
as soon as you're old enough to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah. So we'll see.
So
But she is funny. And her
yeah.
first joke, because she wants to be an astronaut,
Uh-huh.
she's like, Mama, I'll go real far. See? It's a good one, right?
Yes.
She won.
Yeah, she gets
She
it.
gets
She's
it.
getting it.
She's
Joke
really
writing.
witty and stuff too. Okay,
Mhm.
so you were talking about the whole being witty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that for a second
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
I had something come up recently where
Okay.
someone I was like, you know what, you should go to open mic, not because I think you're good, but just because you need an outlet to do your
Mhm.
comedy so that life isn't a stand-up for you.
Yeah.
You know what we're talking about,
I
right?
do. Yeah.
Like, bro, we are not, there is no mic here. Like,
Right.
calm down.
They were
You
not a
can be
comedian and they were
no.
acting like that?
They were acting like that the whole time.
Because I only know comedians that do that.
Really? Because I feel like comedians, because we have the mic outlet,
Mhm.
we do that less. We are actually low key human
Yeah.
when we exist amongst others.
It depends on I hang out with a lot of neurotypicals that sometimes don't get like that the joke is it's over or like,
Oh,
you know what I
really?
mean? Like
The
or like
joke
we're
is
not
over.
on stage anymore. Like
Oh, wait. So they keep doing jokes.
kind of. Like
Are they comedians?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it could be that they're not going to enough open mics
I think
maybe.
they need an outlet
Yeah.
because I do feel like I probably used to be like that. That's why I
Mhm.
spot it. I got it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I noticed that since I've been doing stand-up
Mhm.
comedy, because in stand-up, I basically just pull my filter right out.
Yeah.
And so now I also know how to put it back in.
Right.
And so, yes, it's constantly going through my mind. Oh,
Mhm.
yeah, there's
Mhm.
a little, mic back there just going
Yeah.
off. But I do feel like I have attained a better job at implementing the filter
Right.
because I do stand up.
Okay. 'Cause I feel like I guess maybe for me too, I feel like sometimes I've just never had a filter.
Yeah.
Um, trying to find that filter. Sometimes obviously I'm a professional. I know
Yeah.
when to do it, but it's like when it comes to like
Social.
social things, I tend to just blurt out stuff and I'm like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
But then it works in stand-up comedy because it's
Yeah.
like that's where you want to have
Oh,
no
100%.
filter.
No, that's why I just take my filter out.
Right.
Like that last show that I did that you saw me at,
Yeah.
I literally just took the filter out
Yeah.
and I was just going
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah. It works.
It works.
Yeah.
And then other
Mhm.
times it doesn't, and that's okay too. Like
Yeah.
it's like, okay, all right, you're not a whatever fan or whatever.
Right.
There are ways to recover.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference between someone who knows comedy well and someone who's just kind of new and it gets all
Yeah.
freaked out, like, oh my God, you didn't
Mhm.
laugh at my joke.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
where the beginner's luck, I think, is a fail.
Right. Because you think that you got this and you got to work.
You got to work.
That brings me a question. So because I like I said, you have a Disney adult joke,
Yes.
and I only did
Wait,
it like one. Yeah, because I did one joke about Disney. It was just like a tag, even like, oh, at least I'm not a Disney adult or something like that.
hmm
And I was thinking about it, like, does Harry Potter people, like people obsessed with Harry Potter, does that count? Is that part of Disney adult? Is that its own
They're
thing?
Potterheads.
Potterheads.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for
You're
saying.
welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was wondering. I was like, that's a whole entity itself. Like people like think that they
By the
go
way,
to
did you
Hogwarts.
know this about the phone?
Oh boy.
Lumos.
Lumos.
Yeah, because that's the spell in Harry Potter.
Jeez.
Nox.
Luminoso, Vivos. I don't know anything
Yeah, and
about
it turned
the
it off.
Potter world.
Yeah. So just a heads up for you that
Uh,
your phone
that that's
responds as
that's
serious
interesting.
phone.
So okay, even iPhone
Even
is the
iPhone is a
Potterhead.
Potterhead. You got it. Yeah. Okay, how much we got here? We had 30 minutes on the other one. We have about 30 minutes on this one.
Okay.
No, we could call that a wrap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gonna land the plane.
Yeah, land the plane. Well, thanks everybody for coming to another episode of Modern Mom. Thank you,
Thank you
Mimi.
for having me.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So
This was
much
so
fun.
fun.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.